pulling. Heck yeah, we will take them like that all day long. This is fun fishing. Fun fishing. And finally got on some. Got a little area here where some fish are. This one's a little more eater size here. It's a great way to pass the time though. Again, big cat fever, medium light trolling rods. I personally like the flexibility of the tip when you're just doing this vertical, because you are fishing straight up and down underneath the boat. There we go. I like that flexibility on the tip of the rod. You can use striper rods for this too. That's what I grew up, using, doing this, but beautiful fish, beautiful color to it. Nice looking fish. Get it back alive. Folks, on this trip, I am fishing for deep water suspended catfish. I'm fishing in water that is anywhere from 80 to 100 feet deep. These catfish are suspended. How deep they are varies depending on oxygen levels and temperature and where the bait fish are. On any given day, you can catch them anywhere from 15 feet down all the way down to 60 feet. It's not a 100% guaranteed catch, but when it's on, it is some great, amazing fishing that's as good as it gets anywhere. I think I got one going again. Yes, hooked up. This is the way it's supposed to be. And we're getting later in the morning. It's almost 11 o'clock. Interesting that we got a bright moon last night. Get out here first thing. Not a really great stellar bite going on. Then here midday, boom, we're getting popped. Is it that, or am I just in the right place? Who really knows? It's hard to say. That one's wrapped. It's gonna go nuts in a second. Let's see if I can lift this thing. That's a bigger fish than I thought he was. Better not lift it by the main line. Get him in, semi. There we go. There we go. Good hook set on that one, ain't going nowhere. So wow, we hit a flurry here fairly quickly. That good healthy fish, good color, nice fish, man. Back alive. Now, as I said earlier, the depth varies, and it can vary day to day, and it can vary throughout the day. The main thing is hitting the right depth consistently after you catch a fish. What I do is I mark my line. I put lines down at varying depths, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And when I start catching fish, because I have that mark on the line, I know what depth to drop that bait back down to. You're gonna see here, I'm gonna drop this thing down to where my mark is. I've got two of them on here. One was shallow, about 20 feet. The last few fish I've been catching deeper. Boom, right there. Set it and forget it. Oh, nope, he's still there. Still there, still there, still there. Thought he popped off. We're into some eaters that are feeding now. I want a waypoint down every time I get in them. That way, I want to make another drift across here. I can. This is probably the smallest one of the day. Perfect eater size fish. Semi, you're all gill hook. It's funny, man, when they hit these baits suspended, they can go any direction they want to go. Go to the side, go up, go down. They get all kinds of twisted. Good looking juvenile fish there. Good eater. If you were keeping some to eat, this would be the size. We're gonna chunk them back today. Now, these were some interesting trips during this week when I was there fishing, particularly on this day. I ran several guide trips up there that week. The one variable was the moon. It was a bright moon. We had a full moon. A couple of the days during the guide trips, it was setting as we were getting out on the water. I think that moon played a part, because what happened with us was the bite first thing in the morning, honestly, for the first 3 hours was non-existent. We were not catching fish. And I think this created a bite cycle where possibly these fish were feeding sometime during the night, got fed, staged up, set up somewhere, suspended, and then 6-12 hours later, they were feeding again. So it's one of those situations where you got to be on the water to be there when they start eating. Right there, I think, is a fish swimming to the side with it. It is hooked up. Punch me a waypoint. We're on them. Something's changed. It's either I'm in the right place, or we've just got some feeding fish, or it's the time of day. Something changed, but I'm catching fish all of a sudden pretty quickly. These last 4 or 5 have come pretty fast. I'll take that all day long. Oh, another nice one. Another nice fish. Oh, look at the color on this thing. It's all kinds of twisted too. Oh, this is a recipe for disaster right here with that line being, oh, he come loose. He's gonna go nuts. He's gonna go nuts. Got him. If you ever wondered if you can catch fish in 100 feet of water, you can. Now that I put in the teens. Look at that color, man. That's beautiful color on these things. Dark, dark color. That is awesome. That is awesome. Get him back alive. Yeah, as I was saying, we got a bright moon. We got a full moon. I had a feeling it was kind of going to mess things up a little bit. It looks like it's just pushing the bite in the middle of the day. I hate that in the summertime because it can be hot. Today, though, we got some nice low humidity. It's actually tolerable out here. And we got a breeze. As you can tell, a pretty strong breeze blowing down through here. Pretty good bite. Once we kind of got this little place dialed in here, whether I'm in the right location or, again, it's just the time of day when they're feeding. Don't know which one it is, but whatever it is, it's working, and it proves that sometimes you just got to spend some time on the water fishing, covering some water. You'll either be there when the fish feed, or you'll find the ones that are feeding. There he goes, there he goes. That's a bite. That's a bite. Went 5 minutes without catching a fish. I thought they'd stop. Good problem to have. Maybe a better fish here. It's acting like he's a little bit of shoulders. We'll see. I got my drag kind of loose on these things just to give them room, because like I said, they can go up, down, any way they want to go as deep as this water is. Yes, sir. Good fishing. This is great fishing. Love this dark color on these fish, man. That's another one. Looks like probably in the teens. Oh, missed him. Go. Boom, there goes another one right there. Got another one going down. Ha ha! Doubled up. About 12 pounds. Good fish. Good fish. Let's throw this one back. Get this rod out of the way. We're gonna catch that fish right there. Heck yeah. Now this is when it's fun. You get it happening like this when it's on, and this is middle of the day. I'm talking, we're coming up on high noon. High noon, middle of the day. 30-pound line, probably overkill for this, but very forgiving. We are smoking them. There's definitely one in the teens. Got it. Oh, fish a little bigger than I thought he would. I probably should have netted that fish. Oh yeah, he's 20 pounds. A little underestimated. Oh yeah, once I got him sideways, I'm like, dang. Heck yeah, good fish. Heck of a fish. Man, what a blessing. Thank you, Lord. Good day of catching. Back alive. If you'll notice, these fish are very dark. You see this dark coloration during the spawn as they get jacked up on hormones and all that kind of stuff. You see it in channel catfish, you see it in blues, but this is way post-spawn. This is the middle of the summer. The thing here is you got really clear water, and when you put catfish in very clear water, they get dark. Why does that happen? I'm not really sure why. I've had them in an aquarium tank here in the house before, and they go from being a light gray when you catch them to very, very dark like these fish after they've been in that water for a while. It's interesting. It's a pretty color. They're really saturated up with that darkness, and man, they're pretty fish and fun fish to catch. Right there. Yep, that is a fish. On. Fish on, baby. Fish on. We definitely hit the sweet spot here. We definitely hit the sweet spot. I think he got into my other line. It's okay. That's all right. Another nice fish, guys. They are here. We have hit the place. Let's see if I can get that one in without popping that hook. My, oh, pow. He gone. We got us a quick release on that one. Got our hook back though. Another great fish. I think it's time of day. I think this is just something that's happening up in the middle of the day. I think they're just biting later into the day because of the lunar phase. It shows you that while the moon may be good, there are times of the day it's bad. It was really bad and slow this morning. I was wondering if we're gonna catch any fish, and we're up to a dozen now. If you got time to pick and choose when you go, that's great. The only thing I try to avoid is lightning. So other than that, I'm going fishing. I think that's got a fish on it. I think that's got a fish. It does. Unbelievable. Oh, what a difference a couple hours makes. Hooking them again. They're coming out of around 40 to 50 feet is where we're plucking these out of. Good fishing, good catching. Like I said, when it's on, it's on. Some days I've been out here doing this, some years, and it's daylight. It's daylight till mid-morning. This is a better fish. Another one that's in the teens. Another one. It's got all my stuff, all kinds of messed up. Oh yeah, heck yeah. When it rains, it pours, like I was saying. Another one around 20 pounds. Good catching. Look at that. Look at that fish. Poop everywhere. What a day. What a day. What a day of catching.
The great thing about this type of fishing is, well, they'll hit a lot of different bait. We use chicken, we use some perch, we use some shad, we use some herring. All of those baits work. The other great thing is it's a simple rig. It's a Carolina rig or fish finder rig. It's basically a egg sinker that is on your main line, tie into a swivel. Off the other end of that swivel comes your leader, anywhere from 12 to 18 inches, whatever you're comfortable with, and then a circle hook and some bait.
Got one buried again. The old purple rod reel. Another heavy fish. Man, it turned on later in the day. It just turned on. It's amazing how that can happen. Like a light switch. Who knows how long it'll last. Could last an hour, 90 minutes, could last several hours. But man, we're here at the right time when it happened. That's for dadgum sure. It's the best haul of good fish I've had in a while. I've had some 17, 18 fish stays recently, but they've all been smaller fish here post-spawn. That's a good one. Probably need to net it. I'll save the net for the guide trips. I'll say that one's gonna weigh about 18 pounds. Great fish. Man, what a day. What a day of catching. You really can't beat this, folks. It's on its own. Beautiful colored fish. Let's get back alive.